We're now almost 2 weeks into the 48-team, 39-day-long 2026 FIFA World Cup, co-hosted by the United States, Canada, and Mexico. The 104 matches needed to decide the winner are spread across 16 venues, 2 in Canada, 11 in the United States, and 3 in Mexico. 4 of the stadiums in Atlanta, Dallas, Houston, and Vancouver have retractable roofs, while SoFi Stadium in LA has a canopy but is open on the sides. That leaves 11 venues where play is truly outside, and thus weather can intervene. There's already been a lightning delay in the France-Iraq match on Monday in Philadelphia, but the greater weather concern is probably heat and humidity. To measure heat stress on the athletes, FIFA uses a measure called the wet bulb globe temperature because it accounts for temperature, humidity, and sunshine. Let's start with the wet bulb part. Say you know the temperature T and the dew point D of the air. And remember, the higher the dew point, the more uncomfortable the humidity. Now imagine rain falling into the air, and some of the drops will evaporate, which cools the air so the temperature falls, but evaporation puts more water vapor in the air, so the dew point goes up. And eventually the temperature and the dew point meet, and that's the wet bulb temperature. So it's related to both heat and humidity. The globe part comes from a globe thermometer, a hollow copper sphere painted black with a thermometer inside that quantifies the effect of sunshine on temperature. Now, to get the wet bulb globe temperature, you add 70% of the wet bulb temperature, 20% of the globe temperature, and 10% of the regular temperature. FIFA uses this blend of heat, humidity, and sunshine to decide if weather is adversely affecting the athletes. Now, when the wet bulb globe temperature reaches about 79 degrees Fahrenheit, which I know isn't a big number, but remember, this is a different measuring scale, mandatory cooling breaks are recommended. And in this World Cup, for the first time, teams get a 3-minute hydration break each half. Now, once the wet bulb globe temperature gets to around 82, the Players' Union recommends delaying or postponing matches, though FIFA's official threshold has historically been 86 or higher. Of the first 24 matches of the World Cup, 2 were played at outdoor venues where the wet bulb globe temperature at kickoff hit that 82 threshold. A match in Monterrey, Mexico on June 14th and one in Miami on June 15th. But those games went on as scheduled. There are 5 more games in Miami, including one this evening. Of all the locations, that's where I'd be most concerned about the impact of heat and humidity. The World Cup final is on Sunday, July 19th at 3 p.m. outside at MetLife Stadium in New Jersey. Next year's Women's World Cup will be in Brazil in June and July, which is their cool season. Stay tuned. We'll be back in a moment with more.